All right, Aaron Jones. This is a guy with some serious ceiling potential, no doubt. He's preserving his spot where he's already been the RB2 and the RB5. Got more target upside, allegedly. Why do you say that?
Well, Jamaal Williams is now gone. And yeah, sure, Aaron Jones was like the number one running back, but a lot of times Williams, especially because of how good he was in pass protections, would come in on third downs. He ran 194 routes, 35 targets, 31 receptions last year. That definitely bumps it up. He saw 45 targets the year before that. So, I mean, 80 combined targets the last couple of years. You give most of those to Jones, I got to expect. Because, yeah, sure, Dillon has hands. We all, as human beings, he has hands there, but they weren't really ever put to use in college. I'm looking at the stats here, and he didn't really see any type of volume in the passing game. We saw him have a couple drops even on the very few meager 32 routes, 21 receptions that he had in college. That's not part of his game. He's got the best thighs in the world, AJ Dillon, of the running back position, but that's not helping him out in the pass game at all. So with that increase, we saw those games, right, where Davante Adams was out and Aaron Jones suddenly saw like 9, 10 targets. Those were the games where he went absolutely bananas. And I'm not saying that's going to be an every week occurrence because Davante Adams is going to be there still. But, with those running back volume in the passing game more shored up, I love it. And I just like that he's back where we know he's going to be successful. Again, back-to-back years, as you said, RB2, RB5, 19.9, 18.4 points per game across those last 2 years. He's just a perfect fit since that zone blocking scheme got here from Matt LaFleur. He just sees the hole so well, zips right through it. And plus that money they gave him, $48 million over 4 years. Like, how do you give someone that price and not really turn over the keys to him? So, I mean, next week's show, we're going to talk about losers. AJ Dillon, certainly a fantasy loser out this, but I really do think, there's so much good speculation, like, oh, what if he went to the 49ers? How good would he look? And the cherry red of all that stuff. Like, sure, give me right where I know the fantasy stake is going to give me top 5 running back stats. And he's going to go in round 2 because he's just always undervalued. The one thing, too, I do want to – I know I'm rambling a little bit about Aaron Jones, but the one thing that was interesting with last year, I owned him 2 years ago. He actually scored more points per game. I was off the train because it was so boom or bust a couple seasons ago. It was one of those things where he was either winning you your week or he was losing you your week.
Didn't you feel like that a lot of that came down to bad coaching? I mean, weren't we just complaining all the time about his usage?
Yep, 100%. And a lot of that was Jamaal Williams stealing the passing game usage, getting random red zone looks for no reason, who, again, is now gone to those Detroit Lions as a team. But what was great is show the weekly floor.
I'll bet he's excited about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I noticed he's not on this big winner list.
No, certainly not. Don't really give a shit about Jamaal Williams. I'm just happy he's gone for Aaron Jones. But yeah, Jones, 19 total touchdowns in 2019, regresses to 11. Again, the fact that he's still ranked top 5 in fantasy points, top 7 in total house calls and touchdowns. And then his floor, he only fell outside the top 24 running backs twice this last year, is compared to 5 times where he cost you weeks in 2019. So we saw that nice floor boost, and now he's probably going to have it even higher with Jamaal Williams gone. It's not sexy and sizzly, but I love that Aaron Jones has returned to the Packers.
All right, last guy on our biggest winners